That's the right part. Oh, good. Good evening, everyone. Today I have a Johnson Iron Horse engine. It's an X450, and this serial number dates to about 1941. I do believe there are brackets missing here, and then this bracket is broken, but I believe that this would have all been to suspend it underneath a washing machine, which is why it has a fuel tank attached to the plate. And why it also has a foot pedal start. Because of course in 1941 it would have been unseemly for the lady of the house to be yanking on a pull cord. Now unfortunately this assembly is not going to fit in this Home Depot tote, so I think this base plate is going to have to come off of this engine. Full disclosure, I mean, I'm packing this up because we're moving in a week. And so this is not going to be the most polished video you're going to see on this channel, like any of them are. But I think I want to leave the fuel tank attached to the base plate. It's actually surprisingly clean in there, even though the cap doesn't really fit. 3/8 wrench just to pull off this line. There we go. And then half-inch wrench to get these square nuts off of here. They are kind of a carriage bolt, so they're sort of retained on the other side-ish. Not very. I have no idea what kind of machine this would have been installed on, unfortunately. That would be nice to know. Come on. Oh my. The sort of locking part of the carriage bolt is not really working. What can we do? Okay, I'm gonna get it most of the way, and then I don't know what I'm gonna use to grip the other side. They are carriage bolts, but it's not gripping on there. I don't know. Probably not a square hole. Oh, goodness. Ah, there. Probably once it's past that point. Yeah. All right. going to take this. I'm not going to be able to because I'd have to take the fuel tank off. Oh, actually, that's not that bad. Okay, I'm going to take the fuel tank off and get this bracket out of here, because it's just kind of held in with, again, these nuts, but there's a sort of a washer on the other side. These actually have a screw, so at least I can put a screwdriver in it. There we go. The other side. Just have to pop it. There. Surprisingly good inside there. Not bad at all. And isn't that just the cutest, tiniest little carburetor you've ever seen? So simple, just a little diaphragm thing. Love them. Sweet. And there we go, all tucked into its little tote. I'll probably try and find a couple other lightweight things to go with it, just to fill the tote. But it is ready for its great big 15-minute trip into the hustle and bustle of the city. Oh boy. Cheers. Well, I'm not sure if this is a great idea. It is Wednesday night, Thursday morning, I guess, sort of, and we move on Monday. Although I do have a week to clear everything out of here, and that's when I'm going to empty out the shop. I think this will be much easier to deal with if it moves. And the contents of this little box, which is from Peerless Gear in Salem, Indiana. That little guy there, that is what's keeping our tractor, I hope, I think, from moving. Because I thought I wasn't getting this part before we moved, I put it all together. So now I'm going to work as fast as I can to get it apart, get the axle out again, get the motor off, install this coupler, put it all back together, put the reservoir on, fill it up, and hopefully it will drive. really did not take long. What I want to see is, does this new coupler fit more tightly on the input shaft and the output shaft than the old one? My initial thought is that it does feel better. Oh yeah. There's a huge difference between the two. Oh my gosh. Huge, 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 huge difference. For sure. Yeah. So that confirms my thought that this is the culprit. Just the way it's so much more positive on the input shaft than this one, which has kind of a discernible step in the middle of it. So I think, cautiously optimistic, that this will solve our problem. So I'm going to start buttoning stuff up again. Get this directional control put together, I suppose. Come on, get in there. There we go. That seems like that should have a bushing in it. Definitely seems like it should have a bushing in it. I might have to find one, or I'll have to figure something out. Ah, this is a tight little spot. Almost there. It's unnecessarily long. Okay, we are in. Now, that definitely has a ton of slop in it. I'm gonna have to find a bushing for that. How funny. I thought this was actually part of the hydraulic tank, but that is, yeah, that's that bushing there. Well, that's a good sign. So there we are. I've got the bushing in and the cotter pin And actually, I'm awfully tired, and I think that's as good a place as any to call it a night. I'll tackle some more of this tomorrow.